My coworker paid me to love her, but forgot to mention one thing. My coworker Lena cornered me in the break room, her hands shaking as she gripped my arm. I need you to be my boyfriend for 6 months, or I get deported in 90 days. I nearly dropped my coffee. Please, she whispered, tears forming in her eyes. I'll pay you $5,000. Lena was the Spanish architect everyone was obsessed with. Every straight guy and half the women in our office had asked her out. She had this way of pushing her dark hair behind her ear that made grown men walk into walls. I'd watched from my cubicle for 2 years as she politely rejected everyone, including me the one time I'd tried. Now she was offering me money to fake date her. She explained that her work visa was expiring and the company's sponsorship fell through. Her only option was proving she was in a committed relationship with an American citizen. Immigration required 6 months of evidence, photos, shared finances, witness statements. Everything had to look perfect. Why me? I asked. Because you gave up after I said no, she said. Everyone else keeps trying, but I trust you. $5,000 would clear my credit card debt, but that's not why I said yes. I said yes because when Lena looked at me with those desperate brown eyes, I would have done anything to help her. We spent that weekend creating our fake history. She came to my apartment with a USB drive full of photos she'd edited, us at restaurants we'd never been to, concerts we'd never attended. She'd studied my social media and created a timeline that made sense. First date 6 months ago, became official 3 months ago, but we didn't know if this would work. The immigration interviews started immediately. We sat in cold government offices answering questions about each other's toothbrush colors and breakfast preferences. Lena held my hand during every meeting, her thumb tracing circles on my palm when she was nervous. I learned she ate chocolate for breakfast every day, but told everyone she had oatmeal. She discovered I had 37 houseplants I talked to each morning. We moved her things into my apartment for the home visits. Her architecture models took over my dining table. Her Spanish guitar leaned against my bookshelf. Slowly, we started getting closer to each other, physically and emotionally. She started cooking paella on Sundays, teaching me curse words in Spanish while the rice cooked. Te quiero, she said one night while washing dishes, then quickly added, it means you're welcome. It didn't. I looked it up later. It meant, I love you. The immigration officer made surprise visits. Once at 6 a.m., Lena stumbled out of my bedroom in my old band shirt, her hair messy, playing the part perfectly, but I didn't know if she was playing anymore. I didn't know myself. The office noticed immediately. People who'd been rejected by Lena stared in shock as she brought me coffee, kissed my cheek at lunch, and waited for me after work. How did you land, Lena? Became the daily question. We started forgetting what was fake. She'd text me funny memes during meetings. I'd bring her empanadas from the place near my gym. We slow danced in my kitchen while dinner burned. One night, after a particularly brutal interview, she broke down crying in my car. I can't go back to Spain, she sobbed. Everything I've built is here. I held her until she stopped shaking, and that's when I knew I was completely in love with her. 3 months in, we were a real couple in everything but name. Her friends became my friends. My mom started calling her future daughter-in-law. The night before our final interview, she was nervous, pacing my apartment in my sweatpants. What if they see through us? She asked. Impossible, I said, pulling her close. This stopped being fake months ago. She kissed me then, really kissed me, the kind that made me forget my own name. After tomorrow, when this is official, she started. We'll be together for real, I said. She smiled against my lips. Yes, together for real. The approval came through on a Tuesday. Lena got her green card. We celebrated with expensive Spanish wine on my fire escape, planning our real future. I thought everything was perfect, but Wednesday morning, I woke up alone. Her things were gone. On my pillow was an envelope with $5,000 cash and a note. Thank you for saving my life. I'm sorry. She'd blocked me everywhere. Her desk was cleared out. HR said she'd transferred to the Miami office immediately. I used her money to hire a private investigator. 3 weeks later, I got my answer. Photos of Lena at Miami airport kissing a man wearing a wedding ring. 3 kids calling her mom. Her real Instagram was full of family photos going back 8 years. But at least for 6 months, I got to know what real love felt like, even if hers was fake.